Okay, this is going to be a real quick video. I'm going to just adjust the camera a little bit. So once again, I am successful in passing another fundamental exam. I just sat for the AI fundamentals, AI-900. I got a 757, which is actually it's kind of low, but I still passed it. There was the same type of questions. You got your true or false, yes or no. They give you a statement and you click yes or no if it's true or false. It's true, basically, true or false. You have your multiple choice, and you have your drag and drop, and you have your drop down. I thought that this exam was covered a lot. There was some questions that I wasn't too very sure about, and I had to guess. I don't know whether or not I got them wrong or I got them right. Talking about Copilot and Chat GTP 3.5, 4, grounding, which I really wasn't quite sure about grounding. But let's go over some of the areas. So looking at the score, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So above 80% on described workloads. 60% on principles of machine learning. Over 80% on computer vision, which I think computer vision is pretty straightforward. There's not very much on there that can be confusing, but so forth. 80% on natural language processing, and maybe about 50% on AI workloads, generative AI workloads. But overall, like I said, 57 out of 700. So it's a pass. You got the certification. And so my next exam is going to be the SC900, which is the security fundamentals for Azure. I will be starting on it today, and I will be reviewing over the next few weeks. Let me go ahead and talk about the training I did. I did watch probably about 7 training videos on Udemy. Again, I'm going to tell you, the subscription is relatively inexpensive. For me, it's $35 plus tax, so it's $37 a month. But what I'm getting out of it is pretty good. They do have some practice exams also that are free. So I probably answered, maybe like 600 questions. I also did the Microsoft training, which is very helpful, which is great because you can always go back to it. You can do the modules over and over again. And you can do the assessment. The assessment is usually about 50 questions, which does give you a good area of knowledge and so forth. Of course, I did utilize a lot of YouTube also. So I did a lot of studying over the last 3 weeks. I was putting in probably about 4 hours every night. I'll start at about 8, actually 3 hours. I started about 8 and I'd finish about 11. In the morning, I'd get up for about an hour and I would do review questions. I got to spend time for gaming, so I would probably game before I did the training videos. Okay, there are a couple of videos that I'm going to recommend on Udemy. I'll put those in the description below. There are 3 books that I went over, and I'll put this information on the description. This particular book I read about halfway, which actually does provide some good information. It's on basically the cognitive services, which the cognitive services is a very larger area of Azure. So that's why it was very informative. Like I said, I didn't finish the book, but I got about halfway through it. And it did help me a little bit understand a little bit. Of course, a lot of this stuff is without actually working it. And that's another thing too. I did not work in Azure. I'm kind of hesitant to make the account and so forth, basically because of I know that everybody says that it's safe to do the cost and so forth, but needless to say, 757 out of 700. It's a pass. I'll go ahead and list all the information on the description in regards to what I utilize to prepare myself for this exam. As I've said before, I do have a background in IT. Although I don't have very much information in coding or the use of Azure. This is all new to me and I'm still learning. I do have some knowledge in cloud because I did pass my Cloud Essentials exam, and I did study for the Cloud Plus. I will be taking the SE-900, which is the security aspect of Azure. And now that I've passed this one, I'm gonna go ahead and schedule myself for the data, the DP-900, which will probably be 6 weeks from now. I will continue forward the same methods. I will be doing the video training on YouTube and on Udemy. I will be taking advantage of the test banks on Udemy and on Microsoft. Definitely recommend the Microsoft training. It does give you a good idea, and that's free. That is free. YouTube is free, so you really don't have to buy any training. So I definitely recommend. And as I've said before, virtual training by Microsoft. You take a virtual training exam, you get a voucher for 50%. I only paid $49.50 for this exam instead of the $99. That's about all. I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. I noticed that the last video I did about this, I yapped a lot in regards to myself. And I wanted to cover the exam for those who are planning on taking this exam. I would say that it's a difficult exam if you're really not familiar with the concepts. Be familiar with the concepts. Know that there's language, there's vision, and I got here. I can't remember all of them. But basically, the three different areas, you need to know what it applies to whenever the question is being asked, and then you can pretty much make a guesstimate and judgment based on what you know. Review questions, about the only way that I can say it. Review questions, especially if you can get a good test bank that explains why the answer was right and why the answer was wrong. Again, I'm rambling on and on. If you have any questions, go ahead and post them. If you have any comments, go ahead and post them. I will link all the information in the description below. Thank you for watching. Take care. Be safe. Until the next time. Bye.